man, now I bet you weren't expecting that. You were expecting some high gain craziness, weren't you? And I pull that Jimmy stunt on you. Hey guys, so I wanted to do a full review of this amazing little box of wonderfulness, the Friedman BE-OD pedal, which I've been using for a couple of weeks now. You might have seen my very quick video that I did when I got the pedal, but I wanted to do a more comprehensive video for you guys so that I could take you through all the sounds. And one of the reasons I actually did that low gain clip was because I haven't seen a lot of low gain use of this pedal, and it can do it, and it does it really well. The first thing I did when I got the pedal was got a screwdriver, took the back off, and there's a trim pot inside, which I'll show you. And basically what I did was I turned it all the way down to see how little gain I could get when I basically dialed the gain all the way down, because I wanted to see the real range of the pedal, rather than just, you know, it doing high gain all the time. And it's one of the things that I noticed on reading some of the blogs, reviews, etc. Lots of people were saying, you know, it does high gain and then it does more high gain and then it does an incredible amount of high gain, and it doesn't do a boost. But you can do that as long as you turn the trim pot down, and you know, you have more control over the gain. Even with that trim pot all the way down, having the gain up here still gave me a pretty high gain sound. So, you know, you're not going to be lacking for having that that trim pot down. I just wish that trim pot was on the side of the pedal or something, so that I could adjust it whenever I needed that a little bit more pep. I have it set at about a third of the way up, and that works for me for all the sounds that I regularly use. So you know, that's my default, but I do wish I had that option to actually just turn up the wick. And there is a little modification that I'm going to do to my personal pedal, because I'm going to keep this, you know, I have no plans to let go of this pedal anytime soon. So I'm basically going to kind of locate where it would be on the back panel and drill a hole in the casing, so that I can basically take a little screwdriver and adjust it. So yeah, Dave Friedman, you know, you guys, it would be helpful to have that, just so that, you know, you could mess around with the amount of gain that the pedal could possibly do. Alright, so I'm going to show you some sound clips, and what I wanted to do was actually start off with the low gain stuff and then basically turn the wick up so that you can see what the full range of the pedal is. So like you saw in that first clip, it can do the Jimmy thing. And the great thing about this pedal, the one thing I've noticed over the last 2 weeks while I've been recording with it, and for clients as well as just myself and stuff like that, the definition that it gives to notes, to chords, is just amazing. And that's a really spectacular and special thing about this pedal, I think. For me personally, you know, that's just a wonderful thing, because you can hear all the resonances of all the notes and the harmonics that are coming out and stuff like that. So just a lovely sound. All right, so you saw the Jimmy clip, or the Jimmy style clip, I should say. This can also do really great kind of funky type of stuff, which sounds kind of like this. And with the gain knob, you know, you can kind of adjust it to low gain and do some really great kind of bluesy type of stuff. So, you know, if you want to do a bluesy solo and things like that, it will still do it, because essentially this pedal is based on that Marshall type sound. And you know, as long as you don't kind of abuse the the gain knob and just have it all the way up all the time, it's going to give you those sounds, and it sounds great like that. And then as you turn the gain knob up, you can get some really nice crunchy sounds. And again, the thing that really was spectacular about this pedal for me was just the definition, the note definition when I was doing the medium gain stuff, because the clarity was just wonderful, especially hearing it in a recording and a produced setting and stuff. As a producer myself, I record guitars for other people, I mix other people's guitars. That's what I'm looking for all the time. I want there to be a massive amount of definition so that I can hear all of the things that are going on with the guitar rather than just a mushy kind of guitar tone. And this does it. It does it in abundance. So the pedal's quite simple in terms of its controls. We've got a bass, treble and presence control at the top here, and at the bottom we've got a volume, gain and tight control. I'm going to do the obligatory loop pedal thing so that I can show you what all of the knobs do and what the range is. Now just bear in mind while I do this that I have the trim pot set to about a third of the way up. So this pedal does do more gain. It does do less gain as well, depending on where you have it set. So just keep that in mind when you're listening to the clip. And then obviously as you turn up the gain, you can get those really great kind of 80s type of sounds. This pedal really helps me with my Lynch Licks, which for those of you who are new to my channel, I've been doing a series called Lynch Licks, which is teaching George Lynch licks and songs and stuff like that. And this basically kind of helps me nail that old school Marshall plexi tone. It's that Aspen Pittman purple plexi that Warren DeMartini and George Lynch used to hire from Aspen all the time to get that tone. And this does it. It's contained in this little box, and you know my setup is so simple now because I have this running through my amp one. Just to let you know, I don't actually use this as a substitute for the channels on the amp one. It's an addition, so it's a 5th channel. I have 4 channels on that amp, the Blue Guitar amp one, and this is basically a great addition. So, you know, those 80s tones, just does it in abundance. This week's Lynch Licks, I'm going to do the solo for the song Flesh and Blood from George Lynch's album Sacred Groove. So I'm going to show you. This is how it sounds. One of the things I got to do with this pedal as well was to do some metal stuff, because I am recording for somebody at the moment, and the song, you know, it just screamed out at me to use a low tuned guitar, and I think my telly is tuned to like low C or low B or something like that. So yeah, it's pretty low tuning, and when you actually do a tuning like that, it's really important to have the right amp and the right sound, not too much gain going on, otherwise the note definition just kind of goes very, very quickly. Again, this pedal just worked like a complete and utter superstar, and it sounded great, especially playing around with this tight control, because this rather than just being kind of, you know, just tightening up things, it's actually, it works as a almost as a bass control. It's the tightness of the bass and how it responds and stuff, and you can get some really old school sounds like the plexi sounds if you turn it way down, and if you want a much tighter tone like you would with a low tuned guitar, which just naturally has a lot of bass frequencies because of the lower, you know, the thicker strings and the lower tuning, turning this up really kind of just tightened all of that up and made all the notes really defined. One of the really cool questions I had was from a friend of mine in the US who asked me what this sounded like through a combo, because she has a combo, just a little kind of 15-watt combo, and I kind of figured, you know what, I'm going to plug this into a combo and see how it sounds. And I sent her a little clip. I posted it on my Facebook page a couple of weeks ago, and it sounded amazing. Now, I just have this little Marshall MG2, which doesn't take pedals very well. I've tried a couple of drive pedals through it, and, you know, it kind of usually sucks, if I'm honest about it. But this sounded pretty amazing through it. So I thought I'd give you a little clip of that as well. So there you go, a variety of sounds from this amazing little box of joy. I'm going to call it my box of joy. Because it's so kind of, it's addictive. This is, you know, this is like a drug. I keep playing it. I keep going back to it every single day. I just want to kind of plug in and play this pedal because it has wonderful sounds, wonderful tones. It's pretty versatile. It doesn't have many controls, but it's really versatile in what it does, and it kind of gets me all of those tones which I need for my playing and recording and stuff like that. It's not going to do every single tone under the planet. You know, it's not going to sound like a Mesa Boogie. It's not going to sound like Dumble or something like that. But then it's not designed to do that. You know. Dave Friedman is famous for building Marshall style amps, and he really has kind of captured the tone and the essence of the BE-100 in this little pedal, and it's amazing how he's done that, and it's a real testament to Friedman amplification for creating such, you know, gorgeous sounding amplifiers, but also fabulous pedals now. And I know there are some more coming out. There's a compressor pedal coming out, and also I think another drive pedal as well, which has less drive and stuff. So that'll be interesting to see how they sound also. Now this retails at about £200 in the UK. I bought mine from Anderton's. They're awesome over there. So wanted to show some love and buy it from Anderton's. But I'm sure, you know, I'm not sure if they're available elsewhere in any other stores in the UK, but you can certainly get it from Anderton's. And in the US, I think they retail at about $200. So there you go. I am going to give it a rating of 9.5. The only reason I'm dropping the 0.5 is I want that trim pot, please. If that trim pot was there, this would get a perfect 10, to be honest, because this really is a fantastic sounding pedal, and it's working so well for me. I'm sure you're going to be hearing clips of it as I use it over the next, you know, 50 years of my life. Which is how long I'm planning to keep it, by the way, and use it. But wonderful pedal. Go check it out if you can. Go to the store, plug in and have a play. Do so, because it's a fantastic pedal. Just keep in mind, it's supposed to be like a Marshall. It won't do kind of, you know, maybe it won't do all the sounds you might kind of perceive it to do, and it does sound quite, you know, old school Marshall as well. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Subscribe to the channel so you can see some more as things come out. And if you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments box below as well. Have a fantastic week, guys, and I'll see you soon.